Hello, video on demand people. This is the first stream I've ever done, but hopefully we get to do a little layout tonight, and yeah, learn a few things about streaming. I'll just cut right to the chase. So we're working on Soulblight, which is a tabletop RPG product for Shadowdark. This is an old school D&D clone. Soulblight is a setting, not written by me, but I am doing the layout. And this is version 7 of the layout. So we've been through a few revisions of this, but this time we're going in with a fine-tooth comb, and my personal goal is to make the layout much better than it was. I did the previous versions of this layout when I was less experienced, so I feel like I can do a lot better this time. So this is where we're at. We're on page 66. So throughout this stream, I'm going to be looking at InDesign here and, editing the doc, and then we'll be flipping back to this annotated PDF by Lauren and looking for edits and making them. So without further ado, let's get going. If you're not familiar with it, InDesign is a layout program. It's used by industry professionals to make magazines, or in our case, tabletop role-playing products. So right now we're looking at the Soulblight marks. This setting, sword and sorcery setting, and for Shadowdark, and yeah, it's quite a grim setting. One of the things that you can encounter, or actually really the linchpin of the whole setting, is the Soulblight, which is a magical disease, and there is a type of Soulblight for all of the 7 sins. So you can get infected with the Soulblight and get one of these nasty mutations. And right now we're making a few edits to them. So we're looking at entry 5 on the table. Gain a feverish hunger. Without the ability to digest them. It's pretty gross. But that's Lauren's genius. He writes nasty, nasty little things that you love to inflict upon your players. Your entire head splits open in 2 halves of a giant maw. Teeth lining the seams. Ouch. So we're gonna edit this part. This is the it's probably not the greatest thing to open up with, but this is the unsexy part of layout, where we just have to pixel bitch a bunch of text. But that's okay, that lets us get to the fun stuff too. Okay. Place of attacks. Consume the flesh of a dead creature to regain 1d8 HP. Non-afflicted creatures will be horrified by this. Yeah, I know, gross. Don't do that. Burp into the mic. Don't do it again. You certainly wouldn't. Okay, he did it. Now I know what you're thinking. Bro, I just turned on this VOD and you're burping into the mic. Well, good comes with the bad. You gain a +2 natural AC. You can no longer wear plate armor. And we're going to a natural AC of 15 and still cannot wear plate armor. That's cool. You can try to inspire a horrifying hunger in other living creatures. Okay, so we're just completely replacing that with a similar ability but different text. Inspire horrifying hunger. DC 13 spellcasting check. Creature. Yeah. Must eat your own flesh. Ooh, nasty. You can use your own entrails to grapple and restrain. Me personally, no thanks, but sometimes when you have that ability, you gotta use it. And just updating the text on this one. Shadowdark really prefers, rather than these really wordy once per days, why not just say 1/day? Same information, a bunch of less characters. Okay, cool. So that's that table. In terms of the layout of this page, pretty good. You know, ideally you wouldn't be breaking sections. You wouldn't break sections across each column. I don't know if this is a hard or fast rule. I personally find this confusing. I would prefer if all this text ended on this column, but you know, we're just doing the layout, so sometimes we don't really have. We can edit a word or two, but I'm hesitant to make space for 3 sentences, or you know, like 3 lines, 2 sentences maybe. So we'll just have to leave it. And then this space down here, white space can be fine sometimes in a layout. I don't want to leave big chunks of white space, but this is fine. There's no real hard or fast rule. You just buy the space, baby. Okay, so now we're talking about the this particular dungeon. So each Soulblight has its own Soulblight lord. Just trying to figure out how much text is changing here. I think it's just this paragraph. Yeah, so yeah, each area has its own Soulblight lord, and the worm's trough is gore. Some kind of giant monster worm. I love the description that Lauren has written for explaining the origin of this worm. You know, essentially he was actually just a worm, but had dreams of greatness and slowly grew and grew. Again, navigating the worm's trench. So we're just replacing this whole paragraph. So one thing that we ran into straight away is that we've added more text than there was there before, which can create a problem with the layout. So what we should do, just to see where we're at, is move this picture off the page, hide it over here, and then see what we end up with in terms of text and tables. Okay, so we're getting a new yeah, we're replacing all the values in this dungeon building blocks table. So let's get on it. Since we're copying from this source, sometimes the formatting's a little messed up and you just have to fix it manually. You know, that's sometimes that's just life. Okay, those might be two different tables. Just want to delete the text in this, so I'm not stumbling over it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I think we went to a 10 entry table, so 7, unlock 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 1 too many rows. So we'll just delete that. Okay, entry 2. Oh, okay, actually we deleted it all, so entry 1. We'll just get rid of these extra spaces. And oh, Katie has come. My cat, Katie, she loves being on my chest. She's currently blocking. You know, she's interfering with my bones. Oh, there she goes. Hi, Katie. All right. Field of bone and offal. Home to a nest of ghouls. Oh, okay, yeah. That's why there was a comma there. I just missed that. Oh, gotta be careful. I did combine that entry with that entry. I think it's because this is breaking across a column that's fucking me up here, so I'm just gonna push this. Okay, there we go. So yeah, entry 3, entry 4. We got a few spelling flags here. We'll just call sandworms one word. Take a little artistic liberty there. Gore is a word. Necrophage. We're the weavers of dreams here. We can do whatever we want. Ghouls, that's a cool way to spell that. I think that is actually a misspelling though. Degenerate. So we'll just fix that. Garden of petrified beasts and adventurers. Putrid smelling fog gathering around their stone feet. Yeah, I walk into a room like that, I'm starting to think maybe dirt farming isn't so bad. Cauldron pit of fossilized worms writhing around one another. Chunk of Gore's tomb stuck between two canyon walls. That's cool. Always love treacherous terrain inside a dungeon. I feel like a lot of designers don't imagine dungeons that vividly. More as a bunch of 30 by 30 foot rooms, where I prefer to imagine them as, yeah, you know, crumbling and 3D, the dungeon builders just using whatever they found while they were digging. Okay, that's that whole table. And that's the And, oh no, we need the wandering monsters. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Same size table, just changing the entries. A withered vampire crawls through the dirt. Oh, Katie, you're back! Hey, Katie has returned. My cat. She's standing in front of my bones. Okay. So we're gonna bold vampire here in the description. I actually think bold withered vampire. This is a common Shadowdark RPG convention where we just want to bold monster entries so that the dungeon master knows that they need to go look for a monster stat block. Okay, so a Locust Folk Priest and Locust Folk Gluttons. I'm actually not sure if that's their proper name. Which creates a problem because if I do this now, I'm probably gonna forget. Damn it. So I don't really have the monster list handy here, so what we're gonna do is hope that Locust Folk exist in this iteration of the game, and try to find oh, great, okay. They're here, and they are indeed Locust Folk Gluttons and Locust Folk Priests. So we can... I should search for Withered. I think I saw them. Withered Vampire. It's probably going to be Vampire Withered. Yep, there it is. Okay, great. Just want to make sure I'm bolding the right text. It would be embarrassing to bold Withered Vampire and then find out that there is no special stat block for such a creature. To ghouls. Ghoul smelling of ghoul. I don't know if that's like from some folklore or legends or something. Blighted ghoul is probably different. And I know that cultists are just a monster in Shadowdark RPG, so we go ahead and bold them. We got an adult sandworm burrowing up from the earth, and locust folk dangling. Oh, okay. Well, we won't bold locust folk because he's crushed. I don't think he's going to be participating in that encounter. A blighted crawler. Turning into one of the ravenous. That's cool. Again, is a blighted crawler different than a crawler? Let's try to find out. Find next. Hey, looking at that scary picture. I think we went all the way around through the dock and did not find a bladed crawler. The thing is I know there's more monsters that have been added, so I don't know if that is a new monster or not. We're just gonna have to. I'm just going to assume that the actual encounter here is a ravenous, and we're not going to crawl. Okay. And then we'll do a column break. So here is the Worm's Trough. No room for art. Yeah, you can see that we got a little bit of white space down here, maybe where we can fit in a piece of art. Here are some of the pieces of art that were kicking around here before. I really like this one. You know, this piece of art is just public domain art that we found for the product. Being a no budget indie publisher means that you have to make certain hard decisions in your life. Actually, now that we only get like 1 inch of this, it's not that cool. Let's try this, but we'll have to make it way smaller. Give it a little more breathing room. This is not some, in the previous versions of this, I did not give images enough white space. And as a result, it made the whole layout feel very cluttered. So we'll push this one out. And yeah, let's just focus in on this naked guy doing whatever he's doing. Whatever's going on here is bad, so that's pretty, you know, that's got good atmosphere. Yeah, cool. And yeah, in terms of like where to place images on the page, I think I have a few heuristics that I've developed that I've never really tried to explain. Mostly by looking at other products. So I'll tell you why I put it here. I know on the previous page I put a piece of art down there, and I didn't want to do it again. So this time I just put it at the top of this column, and we put one here because there's just enough white space. And we really want one piece of art per spread. Otherwise, it just starts to feel like a wall of pure text coming at you. We're gonna roll these pictures down. These are all pictures that fell out of the layout because of new text or layout changes. So we'll just keep pulling them along. Make sure I didn't leave any others behind here. This is such a good picture. I'm a little sad that we can't get it in. Here's a few placeholders where I knew I needed new art, but nothing we had fit. Hey, this is a great spot for that. So while we're here, let's just go ahead and add a little art. It might be overkill with the arted backgrounds here, but I don't know. I just love this picture of Jesus's head as a gory pile flying around. It's really good. We added some text onto the image after getting feedback that people didn't always know what the image was meant. So yeah, we added some flavor text here. This is such a good picture. Okay, enough of that. We'll probably need another picture here, full page, because yeah, this text was just orphaned. It didn't really go on this page, and I didn't want to jam it onto the top part of this page's dungeon description, so now a little bit orphaned. Okay, time for the flesh pits. I actually have a bit of a problem. Yeah, okay, so this picture of a skeleton wasn't originally here, so we're gonna have to pull in these 3 pictures, I think. So we'll just take these ones off for now. So what did we do before? Flesh beds. Okay, so there was a typo there. Comma between sorceress and who? Comma. Whoa! Where did we go? Why did it do that? Replace dash with a... whatever this is. Done. Who would stumble upon her keep? Period. Truth be told, but then, by almost suspicious seeming circumstance, well, the sorceress carried samples of the substance back to her keep. Okay, so I think that is replacing this paragraph. They seem to have the same subject. Then place this. You might notice as I add text that it adjusts how much text fits on any particular line, right? Like as I put another character there, it pushes that in. It's because we're using justify with the left line aligned. And this is a formatting thing that just makes it so that your text always looks like blocks rather than jagged lines like this. However, if I were to start this over from scratch, I wouldn't use left justify. There's research that says that it's just harder for people to read, especially if you have like dyslexia or something. This is much easier. But changing that now would require me to reformat the whole doc, which I don't want to do. So we're gonna leave it. I'm gonna burp. Gross. Gross again. Gross. What's with this guy? I tune into his VOD, all he's doing is burping. Well, that's fair. Sorry about that. So, Soul Blight, Mutation's Pride. We're just adding some text. Int is the spellcasting stat. It's a good addition. Tendril. Near reach. Become telepathic. Oh, didn't copy. Oh, and yeah, even still, this text is only changing the numbers. You lose sight in one eye. Gain the ability to fire a laser beam. Pretty sick. -3 again. Okay. So we finished this page. This paragraph shouldn't just be hanging here. It's kind of an annoying way to read. So we are going to column break. And there should also be a space here. Actually should be a space in between these two tables. That was like one major weakness of my early designs is I had no care. Oh my god. I had no care for white space. But now, yum yum, give me the white space. So I've noticed this a few times. These headings disappeared. I don't know why. We're just gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Maybe go back and look at these other ones. See if it happened anywhere else. Yeah, right there. I'm giving each of these a double space because the no paragraphs. This is, you know, all the chickens come home to roost. All your mistakes start stacking up. So I should have made this no paragraph style the default paragraph style. And that way, whenever I'm adding spaces, the character size is right. But of course, I didn't do that. So now we got random character size spaces all over the place. And oh, just noticed yeah, and yeah, we got random size all over the place. And then another problem that I would have done differently now, but you know, with the power of hindsight. Really, the spaces between each paragraph right now are being created just by returns. But if I had set this up correctly in the style, then whenever I hit return, it would just give me the correct amount of space between each paragraph. Didn't do that. Now we have to make sure we don't combine any paragraphs. Could fix it, but it'll probably create more problems than it solves. So we just kind of have to tank it and not be so dumb next time. And man, this hiding these table heads is happening all over the place here. This is different sizing than this, but I don't know what setting it has that's doing that. Maybe, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so kids, don't do as I say, don't do as I did. And fuck all these up. Okay. So we're on to the Dungeons of Madness. This page, probably squeeze that piece of art back in. Yeah, this had this piece of art too. This piece of art's pretty flesh pity. You know, this pile of Crusader corpses. But I don't think that it's going to look very good in such a small space. Oh, well, maybe. we just have to adjust the size and then make sure that we have left enough room. Okay. Break that down. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty sick. The image itself is on a piece of paper, so it kind of has these white lines on the edge, which I don't want. So we're going to resize the image and pull those out of frame. Cool. It's pretty metal, pretty flesh pitty. Now on to the next page. The flesh pits are beneath the ruin, the old keep. Delete this paragraph. That's good. That'll give us a little more space to work with. Oops. Okay, we'll replace that text. And the random encounters usually come first. No, it's the room, then the wandering monster. So we're gonna fix that. We'll fix the text, but we'll have to, we're gonna flop these table locations. The hubris instead is 1d6 cultist warped into the hubris. Oh, I see. Oop. Vivisect the brain of a hapless creature. Crawler. Come on. Lone flesh auger drifts through the catacombs. Gross. Don't remember what a flesh auger is, but it doesn't sound good. Howling flesh horror crawls over the floor. Makor abomination. Stop. The hallway. Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense why that seemed unconnected. Stag riches. Whew. I think we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Hey, what's up? I'm back. Boy, let me tell you, I'm no 8-hour streamer, Andy. Okay. Got my crackers. Let's do some editing. Hello. It's not okay, there we go. Okay, so D6 stag wretches. Cool, we got that. Why don't we switch the music up too? Oh, sorry, I wasn't sharing the right screen. Okay. Changing the music and then I'll share the right screen again. Can we watch an ad on YouTube Music? How cursed. Professional streamer, everybody. We're just waiting for the ad to stop. Looks like an Oscar bait movie to me. We're so back. All right. How's that? Maybe a little quieter. Oh. Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Special streamer. Okay. We gotta finish with this table. Gotta get our alt tab set back up again. Please. For the love of Mormon Jesus. Alright. The librarian. Eerie glow, the librarian's lantern. And oh, okay. Yeah, Lauren noticed the same thing as me. Gotta switch locations of these tables. They're reversed when you compare it to everywhere else. Cool. So this is probably a D10 table now as well, so I'll just go ahead and add 4 rows and number them 1 to 10. Okay, gotta change this room number to D10, and that did not leave enough room. Okay. Actually, we should go back and check those other ones, because I didn't look at that when we were doing this before. D10, yep. Yep. D10. What in the cursed? There we go. D10. I keep losing that table header. I don't know why. Some kind of fell curse that lies over the Soul Blade InDesign file. Okay. This might matter, so we're going to set these spacings to 10. Again, this is something that I would have set up correctly if we were doing this from scratch, but since we're using an old file, let's do it this way. I'm really into this music. Give me something a little more something something. All right. And so we just have to watch out for returns that are hiding in here. I think there is a way in InDesign to see all of the non-display characters, like returns and spaces and so on. I don't remember how to do it right now, so you just have to leave it off, but it can come in handy when you're doing layout like this and copying from another program, which is filled with all these weird non-displaying characters that want to add returns in the middle of sentences. Then get rid of the sneaky space at the beginning. None of these have punctuation. I don't remember if it's like that anywhere else. Okay. We got punctuation at the end, which means I need to go check now. Yeah, it looks like most everywhere we get punctuation, so they probably it was probably just missed here. So we'll add it. It's a little banging, sorry. No. Starfield wants to go hard. Okay. Number 8. And number 10.
Don't worry, this interruption will only take
Ads
30
again. Hey, what's up, guys? Professional streamer. Fortunately, I'm not getting paid for these ad spots. Okay. So that's the end of the Flesh Pits and their associated Dungeons of Madness. In the original layout, we had the next section beginning right here, but I think that's a mistake. You really just want each section to be on its own page and not jam it all together. Okay, so we got to look at the base building blocks here. The D10 table is too long to be in this column right now. So if I add a column break, then they both fit. And that's okay. I think that works pretty good. And it gives us a nice big piece of white space to add an image into. Let's see what was originally there. It was this pendulum image, which is cool. It's kind of like some kind of torture device. We added some flavor text onto it, which is a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do is just shrink it down so that it fits. Make sure it has the right amount of padding. And got to get real tight in with it. Just to make sure. Okay. Okay. So there we go. Yeah, okay, on the last page we put the image up there, so this time we'll put it here. I think that's from The Pit and the Pendulum, some public domain resource we found. Like I said, when you're no budget, you just gotta make do. Okay, and we'll take our collection of images and keep rolling on here into the lower crypts. Forgot to bring the music back in. Hey, what's up? Professional streamer here. There we go. Conan. Okay, so I think that is just this paragraph. And we don't start at the very beginning because if I paste text into a bold, it copies the whole thing, and it's just easier, I find, to do it like this. Go before the bold, and then select, and then now we only have to do, we just have to find the right amount of stuff to bold here. Yeah, there we go. This is mostly vibes based. I just don't like it when the whole first line is bolded. It just doesn't look right to me. So we'll just go with, and you know, actually, I think you can set up your styles to do that automatically. But yeah, this doc was like I said, made when I didn't know what I was doing. But that's okay. We live and we learn. Okay, we're just trying to find that dash life. Okay, just remove this. There's actually an extra space there, so we'll remove that too. And where did we go? We went to some other page. Jeez. Alright, okay. We're back. When as the war. Trying to find the right paragraph here. Is it this? That's this. Okay. There. Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to sort myself out here. Sealed. Yeah, okay. So this for paragraph. Just InDesign things for some reason. That pasting that kind of different style, so we go one letter before the end, paste it in, take the letter. Okay, so now we do this paragraph. This is probably the more tedious part of layout, but we have to do it to get to the cool stuff, which is deciding where pictures go. How much of this is getting replaced? Okay, all three paragraphs. And then we add that space, like I mentioned before. You should just have that in the set up inside your styles. We don't on this dock, but we will not do that in the future. Whew, okay. We did all that text. These images are for a different area. Yeah, the glittering caves. You can tell by... Oh, it's a picture of a glittering cave. So... just move those images down there. And let's see. Stop for a cracker, check chat. Okay. So now we have to edit these tables. I think we'll probably end up breaking this onto another page anyway. So we'll just do that now. And it looks like we're just editing the text in these tables, so let's get on it. Dead creatures react friendly to you. And it jumped me to a different page for some reason, so we go back. Okay. 5 to 7. Spells and potions no longer restore your health. You regenerate 1d4 at the start of your turn. Pretty good. Oh, there's an extra M there, so we'll just edit that out. And now we do once per day. So yeah, in the original doc, we spelled out the whole thing, once per rest. But Shadowdark prefers this style. You know, it's much more compact. Instead of saying once per day, you 1/day does the trick. You know what that means. And we didn't have to spend so much space on the page doing it. Okay, so that is that entire table. We don't have a lot of room for white space here. Do have a little bit. Let's go back and see what was originally here. Okay, so yeah, so it was this picture of a skeleton. Pretty spooky picture. I like it, and I think it's gonna work even if it's smaller. I just want to give it the right amount of padding on top. White space is important. You don't want to jam everything together. And we can even... Is this a visual glitch? Yeah, I think so. No, that actually is there. We can get back a little room here. Excuse me. Gross. Coming to a stream, this guy's hiccuping. Okay, yeah, I hear you, that's fair. Okay. So yeah, okay, we got it in. So now we just want to push this image up until we get right to the edge, but don't push it off the page. Okay, so that's as big as we can make it. So we back up. The image is actually a little bigger than this, so I think if I pull it back in... Oh, that's why I did that, because it's got a paper border. Okay, I think that's pretty good. You still get this skeleton guy. I mean, it is cooler when you can see that he's like standing in a crypt or something. But, you know, when you're using public domain art, you just kind of have to deal with it sometimes. Get a little bit of that vault in there anyway. And yeah, so we get a crypt. I don't love that, honestly. What do we do on the next page? Yeah, we got this big hero image of a skeleton in underground. That's pretty cool. Ah, this document's haunted. Where did this come from? You know? Come on. What is this? No. Insert a row. One below. Paste. Okay, hopefully it doesn't come back. Alright. Next page. City of the Dead. I just know instinctively this is probably gonna break onto this. And then the glittering caves. Like I said before, each section should really start on its own page. We don't want to start the next dungeon as a stub on the bottom of this page. We want it to have its own time to shine. You know, let it soar with the eagles. Okay, City of the Dead. So it looks like Lauren wants to replace this whole paragraph. We will oblige. And this next one. Question is, how much are we replacing? I think just this paragraph. And the InDesign curse strikes again. For some reason, that pasted with different formatting. So we'll just do it like this. Yabba dabba doo. Thus Zura. Thus spoken Zura. Okay, dungeon building blocks. So this again needs to be flipped. So I wonder if Lauren pointed that out. We will paste that in and give it a little breathing room between docks. And we'll just clear this because we're going to add 4 more entries and it's less confusing if there's no text. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is a D10 room. Table. Let's go back and make sure I caught that. Okay, yeah. So now we just fill the text in. And this one's behaving very well. Sometimes when we're copying these, like I was saying, Dropbox just wants to throw in random character returns. But this time, all is well. We're laughing. God is in his heaven. Oh yeah. Now the wandering monsters. We'll leave those. And Zura's body is a new monster. So we will bold that so the Dungeon Master knows. Warlock of the Black Eye Cult, also a monster. So we bold that. Get out of here, Huskanite. It's the Anzura's spirit who's taken over. A witch of the Black Eye Cult. Embracing D4 skeletons, oh baby. Stooping. I love a giant creature that doesn't belong underground. Legitimately, I love that image. A huge bone giant just crouched down in this tunnel. He shouldn't be here. There he is. Okay. We officially have a layout problem that we must get creative to solve. We have this lovely table of D10 dungeon rooms, which unfortunately does not leave us enough room for this 2d6 wandering monster table to be in the same column. To top it off, we're at the end of the page. And surely no one would think to go look on the next page for the 12 result. So what do we do? Well, this is horrible. We cannot start that table on the previous column and break it. And if we move this column to the next page, my God, it's worse. It's worse than it's ever been. Because now, like I was mentioning before, we really don't want to start the glittering caves right below this. So we would have to throw in a 3/4 page art piece. But maybe we can get away with it because this piece of art is pretty sick. Okay, so maybe it was a bit dramatic before. Watch me now, Mom. So what if we do this? I'm gonna make this. You know it'd be sick nasty. Okay, hold on. Stand by. I'm gonna pull these art pieces down. So we keep rolling them forward. That's okay. We want to use the whole buffalo here. And we're gonna have to move this art piece. But what if we're gonna push this to the next page break. What if this is a 2-page spread? Wait up. Come on. Look at that. So change the layering so we get this in front, and we adjust this. You know, since this full page art's pretty cool, but you can't read the text, so one easy trick is to throw a black fill behind the table. Now we can read it no matter what. Get rid of this random space. Gross, this guy's burping. On the VOD, I tune in and he's just burping. What's up with that? Well, sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad. Alright. So that's pretty cool. One thing we gotta pay careful attention to is the concept of a command console. When someone's reading a book like this, they're coming to this page to build a dungeon You know, we have to think about why this page is being used. In this case, they're coming to this page to build a dungeon. Or maybe look at the Soulblade information. That's fine, they're both here. They're coming here to build a dungeon. Okay, they got all the lore, all the info they need. But we only get the dungeon building blocks. I gotta travel to another universe to find the Wandering Monster table. It's kind of a problem. You know, we could get away with it if this text was on this page and the two tables are on this page, because if you think about the book laid out before you, you get these two facing pages, which is the idea of a command console. It's like if we were... Never mind, I won't torture you with an analogy. It involves Star Trek. So what do we do? Maybe this is it. Page break. Take this sick full page art. Make it full page here. That's even better, because now we see the full situation. It's pretty good. So, now we just want to get rid of the fill that's on this page. I would prefer if these two are on the same page, so push it over, and then yeah. I'd like it if these two headings lined up. There's probably a few ways to make that happen, but this is the fastest way. Now we gotta add a piece of art here, because we have this whole column that's dead. So again, we're gonna go back and ask ourselves what was here. And then, okay, we have these weird guys underground. So maybe we bring the weird guys back. And, you know, they don't fit. There's no good configuration for this image like this. I don't think it's gonna look right. Yeah, we don't get enough of what's going on. So instead, what we can do is make this image a bottom half fill. And then add the right amount of white space above it. And then we just find a sweet spot for how big this can be. And all the things I was talking about before apply here. You don't want to break paragraphs across columns. It's just annoying to read, in my opinion. So we do it like that, then everybody gets their own paragraph. Or I mean, all the paragraphs get to stay together. Yeah, and then ideally this will line up too, so let's kludge it into spot. And then consort with the devil to get our heading back. Question why it disappeared in the first place. Realize there's no earthly answer, and just deal with it and move on. Okay, so cool image. I don't know what's going on here. Two dudes underground, but what we don't like is this piece of paper. They didn't draw all the way to the edges, which makes sense, but inconvenient for me. How rude. So we zoom in a little bit to cut those off. And Bob's your uncle. We do have a good chunk of white space here that we need to fill. And there's no particular reason for this. I just don't like putting images across from each other on facing pages. So for a little visual interest, we're gonna push this to the top. It should end up being the same thing in a sane world, and indeed that is the one we inhabit. Cool. So we gotta solve a new problem though. We didn't use any other images in this section. So we either need to find a brand new image or try to repurpose one of these other ones that have been rolling for the dungeon, the lower crypts, rather. This could do, it's just a dungeon. It's kind of generic dungeon filler. But I'm a generic dungeon filler kind of guy. Boom. Your dungeon is filled. Again, we get the paper along the edges. How rude. So let's expand. Okay. And that's it for these pages. Not bad, not bad. We did the best with a bad situation. And I think we came out on top. How long we've been live? Hour 20. So probably go another half an hour or so. Ideally, we'll finish the Glittering Caverns. We got the Charred Cathedral too. Then the Throne of Xerxes. Okay, that's a lot. We'll probably finish the Glittering Caves. And then call it there. Okay. These images are for the Throne of Xerxes, so they don't belong here. I'll pull them out. Kick them down the line. Pull this. There's a page break there, so we'll just delete that. We're also going to add more pages because, like I just scrolled through, there used to be a few more sections here. There probably will be again, so I'll just add 3. But it did something cursed and moved that. So let's, well, I guess I did that. For being honest. Alright. Page break that because it should live on its own 2 feet. And link these new pages. The Glittering Caves. get the spacing right on these tables. And now let's go check the Dropbox for edits. Okay, so on his throat of diamond, Jagannath stirs. It's a pretty cool opening line. It looks like this is going to replace, well, probably down to there, I would say. Oops, I'm adding a comment. I don't want to do that. Okay, so back to this section. I'm just quickly reading the paragraph to see if it's of the same subject. Because sometimes it's not clear how much is getting replaced. Jagannath was their leader. Yeah, okay, so this is probably replacing these 3 paragraphs with 4 paragraphs total. So, copy, go back to the doc. When we're copying text, it takes the formatting of the last word, and it's annoying to unbold things, so we'll do this. And like I was saying earlier, I don't like bolding the full first sentence. I think it was like that before, but I think it looks better like this. Okay. More and northward is where we need to add a line break, but I do not see it. More and northward. There we go. Okay. Resolved. Don't mind if I do. That's a little loud. Back that down. This is probably both paragraphs. Wait. The promised. Further thinking. Okay. Resolve. How deeply. How greatly. Okay, boom. Fallen King's reign. But the Fallen King's reign. And when, yeah, okay, replacing that. Bros, don't do that. I tune into the stream, bros burping into the mic. Well, okay, if you want to fight about it, I understand. Okay, so Okay, we got the text, and there's no edits to that table, but this table is changing. So we have the new text, and we just have to put it in. Causing near creatures to target you. Causing near creatures to target you. Oh, didn't copy the text. Try again. Nice. Okay, so that's that text. So now we have to solve layout problems.
Listen to shockingly good podcasts.
And also deal with
on the YouTube Music app.
YouTube problems. Don't add at me, bro. I'll turn it off for you guys anyway. I'll tank it. Okay, it's over. Okay, so let me think about this. So the problem that we have is this table doesn't entirely fit on one page. You know, we can't break tables across pages. It's just annoying. It makes the table annoying to use. Bad idea. So here's a question. If we were to reduce the length of the text here somehow, and wait for InDesign to stop displaying a glitched text. We don't get enough space back to get it all on. Okay, so I think, well, okay, so hey, this is just between you and me. Sometimes you can cheat with spacing. Only the most eagle-eyed of readers would see that this spacing is now 10 points instead of 12 point. And then because of our janky layout, we just gotta double check. Yep, there's a 12 point spacing, and there's another one. Like I was saying earlier, I wouldn't do a document this way now, but that is with the benefit of experience of doing docs like this. Okay, we made that 9 point, a little more cheating. I don't doubt anyone's going to notice that. But what it does do is get all of that text from this paragraph. Paragraph? What is this called? This all the text for this block on the same column. Yeah, you know what I mean. Here's another 12 pointer. What's that? What's that? Can we get back enough space? Ooh, just not enough. So I think what we have to do is just send her. Is send both these tables to the next page, because it's like here's the thing. Like I was saying, you got to think about the user experience. If I'm reading this book and I'm coming to these pages and I'm looking for these two tables are linked. When you're being infected with the soul blight, it starts with a mark and then goes on to a nasty mutation. Maybe we can get away with doing it like this. If this is short enough. Let's see, was there any... How much edits were done to this? There's an extra paragraph that's been added, so unfortunately, I think that is not going to work. So we will just have to push both of these onto the next page. And then I think that we're getting another spread. The dungeon details will just end up on this next spread, and we'll page break the next section. Fix the flow. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we pushed the Soul Blight tables onto the next page, and then we pushed all the dungeon details onto its own spread, and the next dungeon description gets its own spread as well, because it just doesn't seem right to jam them together. Each of these sections needs their own spread to thrive. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta spread it to thrive. Okay. So now it's a question where this piece of art should go. What's its native format? Like that, huh? Okay, it works pretty well as a column piece. So let's see if we can balance this a little bit. What if we push this down? This. Maybe a little more. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So now we get all of this paragraph text in a nice tidy little block, and we eliminate the white space with this cool piece of art that I think is from Journey to the Center of the Earth. Of course, now we have to deal with this page, and I'm thinking that this picture of giants is a good fit for this page. So we'll just set the bounding boxes to be our white space, and then pull it into the print area. Okay. And we got these giants freaking out. I think this is a public domain from like Gustave Doré for the Divine Comedy. And I remember that just because they all contain these two dudes, Virgil and Dante, wandering around hell. Okay. Now we go back to PDF. Try to get our alt tabs right. And yes, now we want to put in the new text. It's a new paragraph that's going to go here. Manually add a return. Okay, now we make edits. Again, these want to be flipped. some point before we just decided, halfway through the dock, we decided that dungeon room should go second, but no, indeed, they should be first. You gotta go into the room before you can find the wandering monster. That's what I always say. And indeed, now that we are in the new version of the dock, I think that it is always a D10 table. So we'll just go ahead and expand this table. 7, 8, 9. And we'll just clear the text so I don't get confused. Narrow bridge. Bottleneck. Sequence of barracks. Pillars of twisting crystal. A workshop. Forge. A sweeping balcony. Statues of three-eyed elephant giants. Segmented step courtyard. Irrigated tunnels. Pool of boiling magma. And pull those in. And indeed, for the wandering monster table. Bolt thrower giants. Flame-eyed ironhead. Three blade knights. Each monster we want to bold. This is a convention from Shadowdark Core, and it's just an indication to the Game Master that this is a named monster that they can go find in the back of the book. Three-eyed giant. Shepherds D6 cultists. 3d6 cultists. Okay. Not bad. So, we have an entire page. Do we have any art that used to be in use here? These weird heads, I don't know why they were even there, honestly. And just pull these down. This, Charred Cathedral. No, that really needs to stay there. What was this? Show me the art. Lion eating this horse. Okay, I don't think we can use that. Yeah, so I think we just need to find a new piece of art for this page. So to commemorate that fact, I'm gonna put a big old empty box here that we need to fill. But that will not be tonight. We've finished several pages of layout. Let's see, how many spreads? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spreads. Not bad. You know, it's slow work, but it's engaging. You gotta think about it the whole time. A little more art than a science. I'm sure someone who did this professionally would have more rules they follow, but I'm more of a vibe space kind of guy, you know? Okay, we already saved. Okay, make sure to save, kids. You don't want to delete your work. All right, that's it for tonight. I'm probably going to do more layout offline, so next time we won't be exactly here, but I imagine we'll still be doing layout. If I do end up finishing this layout before next time, what we'll do is work on my upcoming book, Crawling Deep. Maybe I'll show a little bit of that. Called the file Advanced Shadowdark, but I think I'm actually stepping on Kelsey's toes with that name, so we decided on Crawling Deep instead. Crawling Deep is an everything book. It's got it all, baby. It's the full package. The idea is that it's like Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. When you go buy that book, you just get more shit for the game. So we got new classes. We got a whole bevy of classes here. These aren't up to date. Classes like the chef. For all those Dungeon Menchie fans out there, you could be a chef and cook monsters and eat them for special one-use powers. We got stuff like extra rules for warfare, some dungeon generators for GMs, advice on how to play a campaign, oodles and oodles of monsters, lots of treasure. Yeah, and just more Shadowdark. That's the pitch. I'll show off a little bit of that next time. And Jesus Christ, I wasn't even showing you. Yahoo! Professional streamer, everybody. All right, this is Crawling Deep. I don't know if you endured that last 5-minute segment. This is what I was talking about. Crawling Deep, yep. Got classes, specialization, warfare, crawling, GM advice. Lots of good stuff. You can be a barbarian. Hey, come on, kids. Who doesn't want to be a barbarian? We got monsters. Check it out, humans. Seems like it wouldn't be an interesting category of monsters, but what about bounty hunters? If they beat your AC by 5, they just straight up knock you out, motherfucker. That's right. Life comes at you fast. What about Mordrons? I mean, Orderlings. Those aren't in Shadowdark because they're copyright, but we got them. We got them. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'll catch you kids next time. Stay safe in the dungeon. Don't forget your torch.